They didn't look at me when my name disappeared from the list. The room was full. Parents. Teachers. The principal standing proudly near the stage. Applause rose when another name was announced, loud, confident, final. I clapped too because everyone was watching. But my hands felt heavy, like they didn't belong to me anymore. I had been told this scholarship was mine. Not promised out loud. Not written anywhere. Just understood. 4 years of perfect attendance. Highest scores. Every weekend tutoring younger students for free. I stayed late when others went home. I cleaned classrooms without being asked. I believed that effort spoke for itself. But effort doesn't make noise. The applause ended. Chairs scraped the floor. People stood, smiling, relieved, proud. Someone brushed past me and whispered, "You'll get another chance." I nodded. That's what quiet people do. They nod so no one feels uncomfortable. On stage, the winner hugged the principal. Cameras flashed. Parents cried happy tears. I stayed seated until the room thinned, until silence felt safer than standing. Outside, my mother waited by the gate. She searched my face before asking anything. I smiled first. That smile told her the answer before I did. "It's okay," I said quickly. "They chose someone else." She didn't argue. She didn't question it. She trusted the system. Everyone did. That night, I lay awake replaying the moment my name wasn't called. Not angrily. Not dramatically. Just, quietly. I wondered what I had missed. A form? A deadline? A conversation I wasn't part of? What I didn't know, what no one knew, was that the decision had already been made weeks earlier. Not based on grades. Not based on effort. But on something I had never been told I needed. And the people who knew chose not to tell me. The next morning at school, nothing looked different. That was the strangest part. Teachers greeted me the same way. Hallways buzzed as usual. The principal passed me without stopping. No apology. No explanation. Just normalcy, like nothing important had happened. I told myself that meant I wasn't supposed to ask. When people congratulated the winner, I joined in. I smiled. I even helped decorate the bulletin board announcing the scholarship recipient. Each letter I pinned felt like a small test of loyalty. I passed every one. My friends noticed I was quieter. One of them asked if I was okay. I said yes too fast. Another asked why I didn't apply again next year. I didn't answer. At home, money became quieter too. Bills stacked neatly on the table. My father checked them every night, saying nothing. My mother stopped talking about college and started talking about options. Everyone adjusted except me. I went to the guidance office once. I stood outside the door for 5 full minutes. I could hear laughter inside. Authority sounded relaxed, confident. I turned away before knocking. Asking felt like accusing. And accusing felt dangerous. That's how silence grows, not from fear, but from politeness. Weeks passed. The winner posted photos online. Thank you messages. Gratitude. I liked one of them. It felt expected. But then something shifted. I overheard 2 teachers talking in the hallway. They didn't see me at first. One said it was the safer choice. The other replied, yes. Less complicated. They noticed me and stopped talking. Smiles returned instantly. That word stayed with me. Complicated. I started to wonder what they thought they knew about me. Or worse, what they didn't bother to verify. Still, I said nothing. Because quiet students don't get second chances. They get overlooked. And I didn't yet know that my silence was exactly what had been counted on. The truth came by accident. I was helping in the library after school, returning books to the shelves, when the counselor walked in. She didn't notice me at first. She was on the phone, speaking softly but clearly. "Yes," she said. "Her academic record is excellent. But her family situation raised concerns." She paused, listening. "No, nothing official," she continued. "Just background. We didn't want potential instability tied to the scholarship." I froze. Family situation. I stepped out from behind the shelf. The counselor saw me and went pale. She ended the call too quickly. We stood there, surrounded by quiet. "What did you mean?" I asked. My voice didn't shake. That surprised both of us. She hesitated. Then sighed. "I assumed you knew." She explained it carefully, kindly, as if explaining something fragile. Someone, no name given, had told the committee that my father was unreliable. That our home environment was unstable. That financial stress could affect my performance and reputation. None of it was true. My father worked 2 jobs. He never missed a day. He had never been arrested, warned, or written up. But he didn't have connections. He didn't attend school meetings. He trusted institutions to be fair. And they had trusted a rumor instead. "We didn't want to risk it," she said softly. The other candidate felt safer. Safer. In that moment, everything made sense. The silence. The avoidance. The relief on their faces when they didn't have to explain. They hadn't chosen someone better. They had chosen someone easier. I didn't yell. I didn't threaten. I didn't demand anything. I went home and told my parents the truth. My mother cried, not loudly, but the kind of crying that folds inward. My father said nothing at first. Then he stood up, put on his jacket, and said he would come with me tomorrow. The next day, we walked into the school together. Not angrily. Not defensively. Just present. My father spoke calmly. He brought documents. Pay stubs. Letters from employers. Years of proof that no one had bothered to ask for. The principal listened differently when a quiet man spoke without apology. An investigation followed. Quietly. No announcements. No public reversals. But the scholarship committee met again. They didn't take it away from the other student. They created another one. They called it an exception. A correction. I received the letter in the mail. No ceremony. No applause. Just confirmation. On graduation day, when my name was called, the applause sounded the same as everyone else's. But this time, I stood without pretending. Some people looked confused. Some looked relieved. A few avoided eye contact. That was enough. Because justice doesn't always need noise. Sometimes. It just needs the truth to finally be seen.